today I am here to do a review for you guys on Origin by Jennifer L. Armitage, the fourth book in the Lux series. Oh my god. I just finished this book literally like 10 minutes ago and I was like, wait, is this the end? I'm like, is this the end? What? Oh my god. Again, it was a cliffhanger and I honestly don't think that this cliffhanger was as bad as the cliffhanger in the third book, but it was still a pretty like big cliffhanger and you're kind of like, wait, what just happened? Wait, what? What's going to happen next? I need the book. Okay, so first and foremost, this whole book takes place in dual point of view, so we follow both Damon and Katie's point of view, and I found that interesting. And we got the dual point of view, I believe, at the end of Origin, I think it was, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to work, and so I was kind of nervous about that going into Origin, but I ended up really liking the dual point of view. I thought it was very interesting, so I was excited about that. As we know, this takes place, you know, Damon is freaking out because Damon and Katie are now separated, and I hoped and prayed that they were not going to be separated for the entire book, and they weren't, so I was like, yes, thank you. They were separated for, like, I think, not even the first half, I don't think, of the book. I don't really know, ebook, it's different, I don't know, I don't even remember getting to the halfway point, but, so I don't know when they got back together, but it wasn't that, they weren't separated that long, at least it didn't feel like it was that long in my opinion. Damon pretty much gets himself captured by Mount Weather so he could go and, you know, be in Daedalus with Katie and get her out, and he wants to be with her, even if that means him getting killed himself, he wants to be with her. So, I don't really know how getting yourself killed will be with her, but you know what, he's going to do whatever it takes to be with her, and so he does. He gets captured by Daedalus, and I was like, Damon, it was so sweet, but I'm like, you're stupid, but it was so sweet. I found it really interesting what they were putting Katie through, and I also at the same time felt really bad. It's like I should not be feeling like intrigued by what they're putting Katie through. At the same time, I did feel bad for her, especially everything that she was going through. Katie ends up killing Blake, and you know what? At the time, I was like, this is what you deserve. I kind of felt a little bit bad for him, but then I was just like, nah, because you know what? He knew what he was getting into. He went in there because she would not fight any of the other hybrids, whatever. They were putting her against different hybrids to test her out, and she wouldn't fight them. She would get herself beat up so she wouldn't have to fight them. And then Blake goes in and he purposely goads her into fighting him, and he's calling her kitten and Damon's little nickname for her and all that other stuff. He's goading her and all this stuff, and she just loses it and pretty much goes off on him and kills him. And I'm saying, I don't know if he volunteered to go in there or not, or they forced him. More so, I guess he probably was forced. I don't even know. But you know what? He deserved it. He is nasty, and he put himself in that situation, and this is what happened. So, I'm sorry. Not really. So, like I said, Damon gets himself captured, and his only negotiation pretty much is he wants to be where Kat is. So they take him to where Kat is, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but Kat is at Area 51, which I thought was hilarious. I mean, come on, Area 51. So he gets brought there, and I believe he was brought there when they first arrived on Earth, so he's not, like, surprised by it or anything. But when they finally get reunited, it was so sweet, and she kind of thought she was dreaming, but she wasn't, and they were reunited, and I was so happy that they were reunited, but at the same time I was like, no, both of you are trapped in here now. Oh my gosh. But then I was like, they're going to get out, you know. They have to. They're smart together. They make a good team. They'll get this. They'll get through this. So they were reunited, and then pretty much Daedalus and that bitch of a lady Nancy, they had everything that they wanted. Katie and Damon, pretty much. More so Damon, because Damon is the strongest of all of them, so they wanted him to heal people, and so they pretty much wanted Damon to heal people and mutate them and create hybrids and all that stuff. And then they had this drug called the LH11, which Luke wanted, and that was one of the deals that was made. Luke said that if he got the LH11, he could help get them out, and so Katie got the LH11, and they ended up getting out with the help of Archer. And if I haven't mentioned before, Archer is fucking amazing. I love Archer so much, so much. I knew something was up with him when the way they're talking about him. And I just love him so much. I kind of thought there would be like a little love triangle going on in this one with Damon, Katie, and Archer, but there wasn't, which I was kind of glad about because I like Archer so much. Like, oh gosh. Archer ended up being like Luke's secret weapon kind of thing, I guess you could say. Not really secret weapon, but they just were friends, and so Archer helped Katie and Damon escape, and I honestly don't think that Katie and Damon would have been able to escape without the help of Archer. And we find out that Archer is an origin, which is the whole point of this book because the title's called Origin. An origin is a baby, pretty much, of between a Luxan and a hybrid. I didn't mention this before, but Katie and Damon had the room next door, and they ended up sharing a bathroom, and there was no cameras in the bathroom. And the reason that they did that, pretty much, well, at the first you didn't know why, but then you kind of got to the conclusion, was because they thought that they would end up getting a little freaky, and Katie would end up getting pregnant so that they could create an origin baby, because that's how you create an origin baby. It's between a Luxan and a hybrid. And so they want a Luxan baby, and I believe that that's what they were doing to Dawson and Beth. So Katie and Damon had to kind of like restrict themselves so that they didn't end up giving in and giving them what they wanted. So there was no freaky time, and when they were in Area 51, which I was like, thank you, Jesus, restrain yourselves, because you do not want to give Nancy and them what they want. They want a damn origin baby, which is, like I said, which is what Archer was. So finding out that Archer was a origin was awesome, and the origins are so creepy, especially the little kids. They have a bunch of little kids like trapped in like the 9th floor, and like they keep them there. And they're so powerful and creepy. And oh man, Mika, he's like the really creepy one. He was like, all I want to do is play. Why won't you let us play? And I'm just like, imagine that in my head. I'm just like some creepy possessed kid, and he's like killing it. I'm just like, oh my god, creepy. Just imagine all these little kids running around. I'm just like, ugh, origin kids, back away. But when they finally get out, they end up going to Vegas, where Luke and Archer and Paris, they meet them, and they all end up driving up to Vegas. They end up going to this building, which is full of like courts and stuff. And surprising them there was no other than Dawson, Dee, Ash, and Andrew, and Matthew. And I'm just like, oh my god, they're finally all together! I was like, yes! I was so excited. They were all together finally. Dee and Katie's reunion was so sweet. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I'm finally glad that they're back on like good terms, because I miss their friendship so much. I'm like, something's gonna happen in Vegas, and it did, because Katie and Damon got married. They got married, but they didn't get married under their own names because they couldn't, because they were on the run. So they had their their aliases, and their aliases were none other than Caden Rowe and Anna Witt from Sweet Evil. And I have not read the Sweet Evil series, but I've heard of it and everything, so I was like, this is so awesome. I was kind of freaking out that they named their characters from YA novels. It was so cool, and I was like, I appreciate that so much. I loved it. But yes, they end up getting married, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing. And in my head, I'm thinking maybe they're too young, but I'm like, you know what, they're already on the run. People are trying to kill them. They're going to be dead probably soon, so get married, do what you want to do, go ahead, live your life, have fun, be happy. That's what I say. One thing that I really did not see coming, and was a really big shock to me actually, was Matthew. Matthew is a class A douchebag. He betrayed Katie and Damon. He sold them out. He even sold Dawson and Beth out. Like, are you kidding me? You can kind of understand why, but at the same time, he needs to go. He needs to die. That's what Dawson did. Dawson straight up killed him, and he deserved it. I mean, I understand why he did what he did, I guess, but you still don't do that. You can think about doing it, but you don't do it to people that you supposedly love. It's not working, because all Dallas wants right now is Katie and Damon, and so he was going to give them up to keep everyone else safe. No, you could think about doing it, but you don't do it. No, you don't do it to people that you supposedly love. What is wrong with you? He died. Dawson settled that score. But now they really had to go, because Dallas was on their way, and there turned out to be this humongous battle in Vegas after they exposed themselves. Yes, they Luxan all exposed themselves. They started flinging stuff around, glowing themselves, everything, all the humans, because there was this blockade, and all these humans were sitting there parked, and so they thought it was the best time to expose themselves, and they did. And them exposing themselves, I was like, this is not going to be good, and it wasn't. It really wasn't, because it ended up getting Paris, Andrew, and Ash killed, and I was like, oh my gosh. You know, I mean, I didn't really like them that much, but you kind of feel for them. You kind of feel for the whole situation. And I just felt really bad after they all died. They all died saving someone. And I thought Beth and Katie would be could become really good friends. And so I kind of want to see like more of a connection with them. We don't really get to see them interact with each other more. And so I kind of really want to see that, because I think they could be great friends. And we find out in the story that Beth is pregnant. I totally 100% thought someone was pregnant, but I thought it was going to be Katie. And, you know, she could still get pregnant in the last book, I don't know, but right now Beth is pregnant, and I still thought the whole entire book Katie was going to get pregnant. I really thought it was going to be her. But I'm kind of intrigued to see how it's going to work in the next book. And then the ending, oh my god, all these Luxen ended up coming down from the sky and, like, pretty much creating a war, and that's what it looks like it's going to be, a big massive war in the 5th book, because they're here to take over Earth, I'm guessing. And Damon, Dawson, and Dee end up getting under their control as well, or kind of sort of under their control. I don't know if that's what it seems like, but they end up taking their true form and they can't control it. So will Dawson, Damon, and Dee be under their control in the 5th and final book, because that's how it ended? And are they going to be on Team Luxen or Team Human Hybrid Origin? I don't know. Yes, overall, I really, really love this book, and I do have a few questions. Mainly, what the heck did Luke want the LH11 for, and what is he going to use it for? Because we still haven't figured that out. Like, it's just he wanted it, but for what? Because we have no idea right now. I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's going to be something going on between Archer and Dee, and I think that they would be such a cute couple, and so I wonder if they're going to get together in the 5th book. I think they will, but I'm just saying right now, nobody else better die, especially not Archer, because I love Archer so much. Like, no, he cannot die. He has to survive. Because I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to die in the next book, and I really don't want that to happen. If they don't, I could be completely wrong, but if they don't, yes, hallelujah, because I'm okay with that. But yeah, that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's just me it's more so me rambling on than anything. I'm just kind of wanting to get my feelings out, and so yeah, if you guys have read it, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!